Hey Daniel, see here's that demo I wanted to show you. I was cleaning my room and then I found this one. This one's still not working. I'm wondering if I shouldn't actually connect this to a debugger and see if I can, talk to the thing then. But I'm definitely going to solder headers onto this one. Funny thing is, like, you solder your headers here to the castellated pins like normal. But do you see these two edge things? Now, like, okay, you might not be able to read this, but it says SW clock and SWIO. So there's these random two pins that sit like inwards, and they are used for it's like JTAG but over two pins, which most of the ARM things use, like your STM32s and your NRFs. I think even the SAMD probably has that. If you use it like a non-Arduino mode where you don't use the bootloader stuff. Anyways, so here's the Blinky app, and let's see if it connects, because I just tried to make a video and it didn't connect. Oh, there we go, that light changed. So now if I press the button, look at that, on and off. It's just so funny to me that they literally made an Android app, released it on the store and all that, just for a Blinky app. But it's actually also quite neat because they provide you the source code, and then this button here is, see there? It shows, it doesn't, pressed, released, pressed, release. Oh, I should have just moved closer. Check, there's those two gaps there are also pins for the programming header. But yeah, I can maybe connect it to a proper, like, ARM debugging tool and see what happens, like if I can actually talk to this one that just doesn't enumerate over USB. Maybe the USB thing is some sort of software thing. Maybe they forgot to load it on. Who knows? Let's just see what happens when I plug it into power. But I think yesterday we just saw the little lights come on, so it seems to at least do some. Okay, maybe it needs a computer. Let's quickly try a computer. That's not even, there's just like a gap. That's where you plug in an SD card. So, it's a bit hard to film in. Well, at least it says it's a USB device. And, okay, so, what I also want to show you, sorry, my room's still messy, I'm starting to clean it now, but I got some vintage gear today, which is quite cool. So this is a vintage ham radio, and the original owner apparently used it to talk to people like across the sea even, in other countries, so I think that's quite cool. And what's interesting, let me show you the back. So first of all, here's a speaker, and what's unusual about the speaker for this thing, there's a little diagram that come on focus, there we go, and you can see it's a speaker and a transformer, or you can also just see here, okay, it's a bit difficult to film in this light, but there's a transformer on top of it, which is quite an unheard of thing today, but that's usually when you use tubes, those old school tubes. Instead of transistors for amplifiers, you use transformers. So this thing definitely has tubes in it, but I also did have a look at the back, and then I found in there, oh wow, this lighting is not working with us. Ooh, okay, never mind, but there's a Telefunken tube in there, and part of this stuff that I got, anyways, I only found out this morning I'm getting all of this stuff. My one friend was like, hey, my grandfather's gonna throw all this stuff away, can we quickly, do you want it? So, instead of all of these things going to the bin, I got to keep them, which is quite cool. Look at this old school briefcase, it's all like wood or something inside of it, and then it's like leather. Ooh, there's so much dust on it. But anyways, look what's inside. Look here, the motherload of tubes. So, your RCA, Mallard, what is that? Haltron, I've never heard of them. Look here, even Ultron, like that Avengers thing. Funny enough, I've never actually watched any of the Avengers movies. I still need to do that one day. People always are super surprised. Anyways, look at this. Zenith. I think they still exist. Oh, this is the company. Google this, please. Google Zenith Space Command. It's the first TV remote, and it uses 0 batteries at all. What it does is there's a bunch of metal pieces in it, there's that South African instrument, which, I forgot the name. Think of it as like different length tuning forks. But anyway, when you press a button on the remote, it makes a sound. I think it might even be outside the human hearing spectrum, but that sound gets picked up by the TV at a distance, and that switches your channel or your volume. I think it's pretty interesting. Zenith Space Command. But yeah, look at this. Oh, you know, World War II era tubes. Oh, okay. I guess, you know, transporting them all next to each other wasn't the best idea. Look, here's a cracked one already. I'm gonna have to vacuum this. I can already see some glass dust, and hopefully I'm not exposing myself to dangerous material. Let's look here. Ooh, look at that. Cracked open. Still quite interesting to look at. Maybe I'll even keep the broken ones. Just to have a closer look. But yeah. Oh, and then finally, this is the last thing, is this thing. Look at this. That's an oscilloscope and it's tiny. Okay, this is a random thing for scale, but it's the closest thing here. It's a PlayStation 4 controller, and look at that. That's the oscilloscope. So, you know, like, I have a cool little portable oscilloscope, but look at how small this thing is. Okay, of course it's crazy heavy though, because it's all like full metal, leather, you know, before. Okay, there's some non-metal material, I'm guessing. Or maybe it is metal, but no, not necessarily. I think this is Bakelite, not even like plastic. These might even be Bakelite, so it's like a pre-plastic. I don't even know if you can call it a plastic, but it's something that cracks very easily. Yeah. But yeah, just some interesting stuff I wanted to show you. Right.